Okay, okay.
Well, I should look this way.
No, you. Hoje a gente conversa aqui na Alpha com o Zac Hanson. Ele faz parte do trio Hanson, que com certeza você conhece, ao lado do Isaac e do Jordan, os irmãos dele, né? Hi Zac, how are you?
Doing very good.
Good. So, you guys released now Red, Green, Blue to celebrate 30 years of career, right?
Correct, yeah.
What's changed since the beginning?
well, a lot of changes in 30 years. I would say that, all the core reasons we make music are the same, but hopefully you get better, you have more life experiences, you travel, all these things come into your music. And this project is very unique because we did it in 3 parts. Instead of writing and recording everything together, each one of us took 5 songs and wrote and produced with some amazing producers, 1/3 of the album. And so it's a very Hanson album, but in a way people have never heard us before. And we just love the idea that we're continuing to challenge people to listen and hear new things, and hopefully it makes you enjoy everything we've done more.
Yeah, and how is your songwriting process? Tell us a little bit.
Well, songwriting happens in a lot of different ways. In this album, on the Red, Green, Blue album, there are songs that I did that had been waiting, almost complete for maybe 5 years. And then another song like Don't Let Me Down, which was the single off the Blue portion, it was written at 2 in the morning the night before it was recorded, almost on a dare. One of the producers, David Garza, said, "Man, I wish I had another song like this, that you're so good at this." I said, "Okay, I'll bring you one tomorrow," and you don't know how it's gonna happen. I think the beauty of songwriting is really that you need to keep your antenna open and to be reacting to the things you're experiencing, so that because songs are like gifts. They sometimes just show up and you have to respond and open them right then.
Cool. And what led you guys to that decision that you, each of you composed 5 songs?
Right. It's not the way we've traditionally made albums, but I think at this point in our career, it's more than just writing more music. It's about telling stories that invite people into your career and what you've been doing. And I think one of the things that is very unique about our band is having 3 singers, 3 writers. We could all be doing it on our own as solo artists, but we choose to do it together. And I think this project, it was a cool way to look at the parts, like what makes Hanson Hanson, and why have we been a band for so long? And how do we continue to stay inspired? And you hear it because each one of us has such a unique way of going about making our songs and talking about even the same kinds of stories. And we just thought people would enjoy hearing that the way we enjoyed making it.
Yeah, and what's the story behind the name Red, Green, Blue? Can you tell us?
Yeah, so Red, Green, Blue is 2 things. One, when we were kids, your brothers, you're living in the same house. Very early on, we started buying things in those colors. So I have blue things, like here's my backpack, it's blue, right? And so we always wear those colors. But one thing we realized when talking about this project is that red, green, and blue is a format of color where you can make every color in the rainbow. So you see it in TVs and LED lights and printing processes. And so we thought, wow, that's a cool analogy to say, everything you've ever heard from Hanson is made up of red, green, and blue in different combinations. And all we're doing with this album is kind of separating it for you to sort of see more what they are when they're on their own.
Good. And you guys have some iconic hits like Bop, Save Me. And how is that for you guys to sing these songs so many years?
Yeah, it's a wild thing to sing songs with so much history, because as you meet fans, there's so many memories and life experiences associated with them. It makes them even more special to play live, because when you start to sing them, there's such an energy from the audience singing them back at you, of them remembering those moments. You see, you sing Save Me and you see people put their arm around the person next to them and they start remembering that show or that thing that they were at. And so it's special. I mean, you always love playing new songs, you always love finding new challenges, but it's a very powerful thing to have songs that people love that much.
Yeah. And do you have any influences in your music?
Oh, I mean, the influences in our music are very diverse. I mean, obviously there's so many years of making. We started off deeply inspired by the late 50s. So early rock and roll, Chuck Berry, Otis Redding, Aretha Franklin, sort of, and then working our way into, the later bands and Queen and Billy Joel and, even I hear in some of the things I do, I've always been a huge Ben Folds fan. So you hear some of his style in music that is made. So yeah, inspired by a great many artists, because that's what keeps you going. So the challenge, you hear someone do something really cool, you go, man, I want to do something like that, and you go kind of find your way to it.
Yeah, and you said about the connection that people feels hearing the music, like Save Me. How's that for you?
It's amazing. Save Me, as an example, is the kind of song that we can start the first chords and then just stop playing and the whole audience will sing the entire song top to bottom, right? And that's a really cool thing. Many bands never experience that. Songs that have made that deep of a connection where people sort of associate their lives and their best moments with them. Save Me is also deeply yearning and about healing, and I think we love putting good messages like that into the world, like something people can confide in their hard moments, right? When they're struggling with whatever it is in life, they can turn on those songs and find a little peace, find a little hope. Whether it's Bop or Child at Heart or Save Me or Write You a Song, like these songs that help you through your moments in life.
Good, so good. And you guys are on tour right now?
Yes, so we're on tour in the US. We are going all over the world, and we'll be in Latin America in October. You can check Hanson.net for all the details, all the dates. All over Brazil, all over Mexico. We're kind of going almost everywhere in the world. Almost 100 cities this year we'll be playing concerts in. So it's special for us to be back on the road after 2 years of pandemic when we weren't allowed to tour. Now we're trying to make up for it. We're going everywhere we can.
So good. And I couldn't help but mention your family. You guys have 15 children, right? You have 5 kids.
Yeah, so Taylor has 7 and Isaac has 3 and I have 5 children. Yeah.
Oh, so lovely.
What can I say? We almost like babies, right?
How's it when you guys are on tour? Do you miss them so much, I think?
Oh yeah, it's one of the downsides of being a touring band. You do have to travel for long periods. So this year we started touring in June. We won't finish until the end of November. And so during that time, you're away a lot. My youngest son is just 1 year old. He's just a toddler. And so you do everything you can to fly home when you can for a day off or do video calls. My kids and I, we play a lot of online video games. So a lot of times after the show, I've got my headset on and we're playing some game together. Still bonding, you're not in the same room, but you're using technology and to find a way to share moments and be present when you can.
Thanks, we have the technology right now.
Right. Absolutely.
And you guys come to Brazil in October. How's the expectations?
Well, I mean, we have had great experiences playing in Brazil. Really loud, energetic audiences, like I was talking about. The kind of audiences that you'll start a song like This Time Around, and they'll just sing the whole song. You know? And it's amazing, and so we're excited for that. Just the idea that we get to come to see people. Over this last 2 years, we did a lot of streaming concerts to almost empty rooms where people need music. People need moments to be together, but for whatever reasons, we're not allowed to. And so we're still trying to find a way to heal people through those connections. But this is really the way it's supposed to be done. You know, everybody, different walks of life, different skin colors, different political views, standing in the same room, you know, waving their hands, singing those songs together, remembering that everybody is just much more connected, much more similar than we think. And it helps us, I think, be a better world to share those kinds of community building moments of concerts.
Yeah, music do this.
Yes. Music heals, and music reminds us, you know, the unique thing to think about music as an art form is most things stand there for you to look at, but music is sound waves that come out and touch you. You know, they physically move your body, and I think that's why it's such a powerful thing that causes people to say, that's my song, and to sing it loudly, because it's vibrating them, it's touching them. And the person next to you who's singing is you know, kind of reaching out and reverberating you as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I want to thank you for your time to talk to us. And we cannot wait to see you here in Brazil in October.
Yes, looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Thank you, Zac. See you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.